Are you happy with another minority government?
It's a good thing and a bad thing. We're at a point right now where maybe a majority government is needed for a while. But it depends on how the parties in opposition decide to react. If they're going to oppose everything just for the sake of opposition, then that's not a good thing. But if they decide to try and keep a government in check, then that's a good thing.
I am. Yeah, I liked what the NDP and Singh was, essentially forcing the Liberals to do during the COVID period. And I assume what'll happen again, which will be a Liberal minority propped up by the NDP, I think is good for Canadians. So yeah, I'm in favor of that.
No, I would have preferred it was a majority. And why? Just easier to get things done, the majority government.
I guess, minority is better than a majority, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. That's another waste of money as far as I'm concerned. 600 million gone again, so oh well, it is what it is.
I just think that in terms of having the purpose of hosting another election and the decision to do this at this point in time, the hope was for a different result, and I think that in order to have made that election worthwhile, I would have hoped for a different result. So I don't think the result was worth the election.
I think it's not too bad. I mean, so you got balance, right? I mean, you don't dominate the whole thing and then do whatever thing you like. At least, another side will, keep a check on you. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
I'm not really quite sure. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all kind of struggling with this pandemic, and I don't really think it's about who wins. I think it's about who helps us all win as a country and win over this virus. So I think that's what really matters right now.
I don't know. It's okay. It's not my choice. I guess it's okay to have, because it's a greater number of people being represented, and the other parties can have more, more push and more say. So I am okay with the results, but of course I wish we had a different electoral system.
Okay, quite frankly, am I happy with another minority government? Everyone sucked this time around. No one brought their A game out. So it's good that nobody's got all the power, but I would have loved to just see better performance from our federal government. I mean, and our other prospective federal government candidates. It's kind of just really, it's not, the stuff we saw this election wasn't really encouraging to get people excited about government or, to care or any of that. And I mean, the results turned out basically the exact same government we had. So I think people kind of were just whatever.
I just think that there's just too much infighting at the moment. Not enough is getting done already with more of a majority before than there is now. So now we're just going to be at a lot of deadlocked, and politics are going to get in the way of actually making improvements for what is a very hard time for a lot of Canadians.
It's hard to be happy about ever having a minority government, regardless of who it is. It's hard to get anything done for anyone.
I'm happy with it because I think having three parties or four parties that will hold the balance of power will help negotiation and will help get some good compromises at the end of the day.
I find that whoever gets in there, they're going to try to do their best job possible, so you got to trust them that they will.
But I also find you got to have. It's better to have a minority and a little bit of a strong opposition, because if not, it's going to be too one-sided. So then there's nobody to oppose you. You can pass any law and anything if there's nobody to outvote you. So I mean, it's probably better off just to have a very strong contender alongside.
I'm happier with the minority government. Well, I think the message has been clearly sent by the Canadian voting public that they want to see a cooperative government, not an autocratic one.
Well, honestly, I wish the government would have been conservative, to tell you the truth. I'm not happy with the Liberals calling an election right now, just for Trudeau trying to mandate for his hunger grabs. So, in a way, I'm very happy for minority government. I'm happy that I'm not happy that he won. I would have liked to see Erin O'Toole win for the Conservatives, but I guess, at least in that way, they still haven't got the majority government.
It means that the Conservative Party has to find something new to do, that this did not work for them, And I think that gives the Liberals more time to come up with a plan to fight the Conservatives for another round. And I think that the Conservative Party is left sort of in disarray. It seems that they're ideologically split. I think we see that with the PPC. I think they see that within their own party between social conservatives and fiscal conservatives. And I think that this election has deepened that, chasm between those wings of the party. And I think that is probably a big win for the Liberals.
I'm glad it's minority government.
Why is that?
Because I hope that a minority government will be forced to listen to one another a bit more.
I don't really feel any type of particular way with regards to the minority government, just because I feel as though not much will change. So it just feels very drab, not like much is going to occur or change.
I think it was the best alternative. I don't think Trudeau deserved a majority, but I'm happy that it was he who won the minority.
No.
Why not?
Well, because I would like to have more influence. Like, wouldn't we have more power, more influence to be able to make the changes that we need more effective? I mean, it's tough enough as it is with the way it's been.
We have universal health care because of a minority Liberal government in the 60s supported by NDP. So there's lots of things that can happen. So I don't see it as a bad thing.